Humans are the power source of the energy extraction matrix. We have become no different than batteries being sucked dry. The energy we give out is day after day making it possible for this matrix to exist. We are manifested out of and nourished by energy. Our thoughts, our souls, and our bodies are electromagnetic in nature. We live in a time when man-made electromagnetic frequencies are rampant, and they aim to drown out those with which we humans, and all life on Earth, naturally harmonize with. In order to understand why this man-made electromagnetic pollution is so hazardous to our health, understand that we are energetic beings who radiate an energy field, an aura, which is itself electromagnetic. The physical body cannot remain alive without this auric field. The aura can extend several feet from the body and has numerous levels, like the growth rings on a tree. It is the ever-changing signature of our spiritual alignment and journey. Bioelectrical charges flow through the body's nerves. These nerves activate our muscles and all of our organs and glands, connect the body with our brain and with our thoughts and feelings. Our nerves are the channel through which we act, both consciously and unconsciously. And through this nervous connection to the chakras and aura, we are connected to both our physical and spiritual environments. Science would have us believe we are purely the physical interactions within us, never telling us the truth, that the physical and spiritual are permanently intertwined in constant electrical circulation. In 1952, Winfried Otto Schumann discovered the natural pulse of the Earth, beating at a frequency of normally 7.83 Hertz. Our optimal brainwave pattern actually duplicates this Schumann resonance. The frequency of 7.83 Hertz is within the frequency range of alpha and theta rhythms in the brain. Beta frequencies are experienced when we are consciously alert, or we feel agitated, tense, afraid, with frequencies ranging from 13 to 30 pulses per second in the Hertz scale. The low-level beta states are important in many everyday tasks, but if you are in fight or flight, then you are in mid to high beta rhythm brain state. To maintain robust health, quality of life, and have a positive outlook, then avoidance of mid-high beta rhythm states are mandatory. Theta frequencies are experienced when we're dreaming. This frequency is kind of like being on top of a mountain, totally absorbed by what's going on around you, and being in the know that God is real and that everything just is. When you're feeling this, and you can achieve it through meditation, you're in a theta state. Its frequency is around 4 to 8 pulses per second. Alpha frequencies are experienced when we are in a state of physical and mental relaxation, aware yet calm. Its frequency is around 7 to 13 pulses per second. Alpha is the bridge between beta and theta. Alpha waves govern daydreams, fantasy, and denotes a state of consciousness detached and relaxed. Someone who masters cultivating the alpha state successfully bridges the conscious and subconscious mind. There are man-made electromagnetic fields that surround us, and these overemphasize the high to mid-level beta state, keeping us in a rigid state of reaction and fear. These fields are called EMFs, short for electric and magnetic fields, and they come from most man-made electrical technology, our cell phones and the towers that transmit to them, Wi-Fi, radio frequencies, electrical wiring, high-voltage power lines, and even power outlets. These frequencies that trigger mid to high-level beta waves are responsible for much of the division within our brains. If the two hemispheres of our brains are synchronized with each other at the Schumann resonance, they work more harmoniously and with maximum flow. In my videos, I've talked about the suppressed principles of the divine feminine, corresponding to our right brain. When we do the work to incorporate both gendered aspects of ourselves, our frequencies become naturally harmonious and receptive to positive manifestation, away from the overemphasized beta states, and thus we become divine, like two intertwined vines growing upward toward our true potential. Let's move away from brain frequencies and talk about our body frequency. A normal, healthy body frequency is 62 to 72 Hz. When this frequency drops, the immune system is compromised. Low frequencies make changes in the physical body. Middle frequencies make changes in the emotional body, which in turn makes changes in the physical body. High frequencies make spiritual changes, which in turn makes changes in all of the bodies. In conscious circles, we constantly hear, raise your frequency, or raise your vibration. The more we align ourselves with spiritual principles of love and compassion, the higher our vibration, the more cycles per second in the Hertz scale. So the more opportunity we have to influence our reality, our physical and emotional bodies, and thus our fate. Emitting a higher frequency is indicative of becoming less dense. This is currently a very dense plane, but it doesn't have to be. Manifestation is not a slow process. It happens very rapidly, but only when we're aligned with our higher selves and vibrating high. This matrix aims to have us drenched in toxic belief systems, chemical medication, toxic food and water, and poisonous air. If the body and mind completely dissolves in this soup of prescribed pollution, one cannot rise to a high frequency. ELF, meaning extreme low frequency signals, is a high-tech weapon that's used to control one's mind and even body. The 1989 June-July issue of the German publication Raum und Zeit carried an article by Dr. W. Volkrow titled, "Can Human Beings Be Manipulated by ELF Waves?" The article stated, if interference signals are superimposed on the natural signals generated by the body as a carrier, the brain could be presented with stimulated states that we consciously perceive, but which do not appear as reality. The manipulation of human beings by means of ELF waves is relatively easy to perform. What this means is those operating these technologies can implant thoughts into your head and even speak to you, and you will think it's your own self thinking these things. Sounds like science fiction? Well, take a look at these patents. In many people, these technologies and frequencies exacerbate mental illness, feelings of agitation, poor concentration and lack of focus, migraines, and other negative manifestations. Most of us are not sensitive enough to consciously sense these subtle changes in vibrations. We feel these energy shifts unconsciously. Although the effects of electromagnetic disruption are subtle, the long-range impact can be significant, and considering the fact that we are vibrant, bioelectrical beings, it can't be good to be consistently bathed in EMFs and ELF waves. What also contributes to this electromagnetic soup is smart meters, TVs, and chemtrails. Saturating human beings with heavy metals is not only toxic in the usual sense, it also makes them more sensitive to man-made radio and electromagnetic signals, becoming as living antennas. And this is what's happening to us. If HAARP is Batman, then chemtrails are Robin. They need each other to function the best. Chemtrails create an environment where HAARP is able to manipulate weather and even minds. And because our bodies are full of heavy metals now, our bodies are like antennas, and the frequencies coming from HAARP are able to manipulate us. If you're not on one yet, go on a plant-based diet. This will help you in eliminating heavy metals more frequently and with more efficiency. Nobody can take away your power because the truth is, you are a divine being with powerful creative abilities. Your fluctuating electromagnetic vibrations and everything you think and speak directly affects reality. Nobody can take away this generative power from you, but you can be coaxed into certain belief systems, therefore generating the very reality that those belief systems create.